This video is part of a series from Apex Process Consultants that demonstrates a government loan underwriting application created using IBM Business Process Management, BPM, and Operational Decision Management, ODM, software. Let's move on to testing. We click on the Tests tab, and this shows us a list of available unit testing options. This unit testing will allow us to run through a variety of test data to see if we get the expected approved, deferred, or denied results based on the execution of our rules. We see here a summary of previous test cases, all of which passed. Now, let's run the tests again using the new rule change we made in a previous video. The test cases will be processed, taking a set of test data and running it through our new rules, validating the results. After the unit testing completes, we can review the results. Here, we ran 8 test cases, all were successful. The test results can be drilled into to see further details. Here, the case came back as denied, and that was our expected results. In a test where we deny the loan application, we can drill down to see why the application was put into that status. We can see the number of rules fired, the number of tasks executed, the number of rules not fired, and the list of rules fired. The rules are hot links that will take you directly into the rules details when clicked. Sometimes, in a test scenario, we may want to look at key performance indicators or other metrics. We can use our simulation tools to look at the impact of our rules on our loan application. In our Simulations tab, we can define metrics, we can define KPIs, we can funnel in data for the simulation, we can define report formats, and of course we can run our simulations and get reports. Let's look at a report which we ran prior to this demo. Here we see 16 requests, $170,000 in average request amounts, and the approval rate averaged 69%. We also looked at another KPI, which for this example is the state where the loan is made. In this case, California had 15 and Texas had 1. We've changed our rules, so we'll need to rerun our simulation, and we'll be able to see how our new loan amount rules affect our report results. Now we're down to a 44% approval. Let's compare these cases using side-by-side reporting. With the increased loan amounts and the primary-secondary residence rule changes, we see the impact of this change on our simulation data. This is a powerful way for business users to test their changes before going into production. Once we've created, tested, and simulated our rules, we're ready to push them out to users through deployment. Depending on how credentials are configured, a user may only be able to deploy to a sandbox environment, but sometimes clients will allow a business user to deploy directly to production. These permissions can all be configured according to the needs of your organization. Let's deploy our new decision. The deployment package is prepared, and you can select where to deploy the changes. It also shows the last deployed versions and increments the version you're about to install. In this case, we're going from version 1.5 to 1.6. We click Deploy, and a moment later the new decision has been deployed and will take effect in the decision process. We've talked briefly about roles and responsibilities. Let's take a quick look at administration within ODM. Often clients will want to integrate ODM security with existing LDAP systems such as Active Directory. This would be configured on the Connection Settings tab under Administration. Access within ODM can be configured for groups and users. Groups can be defined. Here we have mortgage admins and mortgage users. And then users can be assigned to those groups. And under Project Security, we can turn on and configure different decisions. So there's a tremendous amount of flexibility in configuring ODM for your organization's needs. Apex Process Consultants. Don't try to catch up with your competition. Leave them behind.